to another episode of Critical Entertainment. I'm your host, Sammy, and today we are doing another book video. And this is going to be talking about the books I soft DNF or full-on hard DNF I've done so far. Now, it's not that many, so I'm probably going to talk about each one extensively and give little rants because I can. If this was like 25 books and it was like up to here, then I wouldn't do that. But since I've only DNF'd currently... wait, let me count. I can only count on one hand, I know that. Knights of the Cross, Prince Warriors Book 2, Orphan Island, and Brightly Burning. Only 3 of these are soft DNFs. 1 is a hard DNF. And the other ones are just because I mood read and I wasn't in the mood for those books. And the book I'm reading now, which is a hefty 500-page book. I'll probably at some point, since it's so long, make a video of me trying to finish it. But right now, I just want to ease myself into it without making a video. And then once maybe I'm like 50% of the way through, I'll maybe film myself reading the last half. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, I only actually have 2 of the books physically with me that I DNF'd. One of which I made a video of but did not post. And I'm gonna start with the ones I physically have. And the first one is Orphan Island. And no, I did not hate Orphan Island, nor did I really dislike Orphan Island. It's just, I had just come off of reading Sailor Moon. I made a vlog of that, and currently I'm taking a break from that series. I'm literally reading any book but Sailor Moon right now because I'm halfway through the series, but you know when you read the same book of a series so many times that you're just like ready to like take a break? And yeah, I did stop on a huge arc, but I do not feel like reading Sailor Moon anymore. So I was thinking, okay, this can be my another book that I read that isn't Sailor Moon. Probably after I finish the book I'm currently reading, which I'm not gonna say what it is because I might make a video on it sometime, or I might not. I'll probably read another Sailor Moon manga. And then I'll probably just finish up the series because I have the first 6. But anyway, this book, I'll give you a brief synopsis. So it's about this island where everything is amazing. Kids have shelter, there's food, everything's great except on Orphan Island, well, at least that's what it's called, on Orphan Island, on the island, not it's all on Orphan Island, on the island, once a year a green boat comes and it takes the eldest child away. It takes the eldest child away and brings on a new child, and that child now becomes the care of the new kid that's the elder. So our main character's best friend, Dean, the green boat comes and it takes him. And she's very sad. And now she is taking care of a new girl named Essie. And, well, that's the book. I can't tell you much more, obviously. But I got about 20% of the way through. That's how far I got. Also, I'm a very slow reader, so sometimes reading chapters with me takes about 30 minutes. So unless I'm really, really, really enjoying the book, I might not stick around because I read super slowly, so I need my brain to be being able to keep up because I'm not a very fast reader. Like, I don't go like how some people go for 3 seconds later, oh, that was a good book. No, I'm not that type of reader. I'm like, this is the type of reader I am. Like, I read very slowly because I know some readers who can crank out 4 books in like a day if they really put their mind to it. And then people like me who are like just trying to read as many books they can in a month, which I have read 3 this month, but it's not our February reading wrap up yet. But anyway, it's just, I felt like the pace was dragging a little bit, just a tad, because we live in the same day For literally 3 chapters, we lived in the same day. Actually 5, because I was on chapter 5 when I stopped reading. Finally, when we get to chapter 6, we stop all this. We stopped being in the same day. But I just kind of felt like it was boring. And also, you have to give up your shoes for the island. Honestly, it was really interesting at the beginning, the emotion and the heartache, and you really cared about what Ginny was going through. But then after that, and you just watching her take care of her care, I don't know. The book just lost its drive. Now, this is a soft DNF because I'm wondering, was I just mood reading it and I wasn't in the mood to really read a book this much like this? Or is it just not my cup of tea? And I should have said this at the beginning, but if any of these books I mentioned are your favorite books of all time, don't yell at me in the comments. Everything I say in this video is my opinion. These are not facts about these books. It's how I personally felt and why I chose to stop reading them. Okay? Okay, so the next book, and by my video that's coming out today, you will see me trying to read this, so this video will come out later, is the Prince Warriors book 2. So I read book 1, and in that video, I'm not going to rehash it because that video is literally coming out today. Like in an hour it's coming out. So you would have already heard what I thought about book 1. But book 2 just wasn't holding my attention. Book 1 held my attention in the beginning, and so I was able to like get myself to where I was like 30% of the way through. But book 2, I just knew how bad book 1 had done me, that I just said, nah, man, nah. I just gave up on book 2 the second I felt my attention wasn't being pulled. And I'm wondering, did I feel pressured to read this book for the video? Or did I genuinely not like it? I might try to come back to it, or this might become a hard DNF. Don't know, but right now it's a soft DNF. It's not a book it's a soft DNF. And to preface, if you don't know the difference between a hard and soft DNF, because I didn't know these terms until I started consuming BookTube and really enjoying it. Now I know these terms. Hard DNF is where, like, I'm not reading this book anymore. I'm never going to try to come back to it. And a soft DNF is like, I just don't want to read the book right now, so I'm going to place it down, but I might come back to it later. And so these two are soft DNFs. These are not hard DNFs. Yes. And now, the other 2 books that I DNF'd for this year, they're, well, not physically with me. One is at my grandma's house because she loaned it to me, and one is on my Kindle, so both of them are not actually, I can't physically hold either one. Okay, so the first book we're going to be talking about, which is another soft DNF, I'm going to move out the way so I can put it on the screen, is Brightly Burning. Also in that video, I talk about reading it. I don't know, I enjoyed it for the first 10%, but for some reason, just kind of lost me, and I felt bored, and I just didn't feel the same way I felt. Now she has a kiss scene in the book, and that is crazy. If you know, you know. If you've read the kiss scene with one of the characters, that's crazy. Sorry, my mom was saying something I didn't know she was talking to me. That's crazy, and I was like, you did not have to do her like that. That's crazy. That's what I thought. And so that book just didn't really grab my attention. And I was just like, okay, you got this teaching job. I cared about the character, but I just started feeling bored. And I think it's just because I'm science fiction out, because I've been reading a lot of science fiction fantasy books, and now I'm reading like a scary book that doesn't really have anything magical in it. It's just about real people, and I think I'm enjoying that more. Yes, Orphan Island was about wasn't about like fantasy jargon. It was about an island, but back then I was more in the mood for a fantasy book, so then I picked up a fantasy book. But now I'm like, I don't want to get fantasy books, so probably if I had chosen to pick up this book, I probably would have read it. So that's a long-winded answer to say that I just wasn't in the mood for that. And the book I'm reading right now is very scary, and I'm not going to say the book I'm currently reading because I don't want to spoil it if future me decides to make a video about it. I don't know if I will. I might just read it to read it. and tell you about it when I do my February reading wrap-up. Honestly, I don't even know if the book's going to be finished in February. It might spill over to March. I might finish it, like, at the beginning of March. I don't know if it's going to actually, like, be actually even in my February reading wrap-up. Because it's a very long book, the book I'm reading. It's, okay, you know what, I'm just going to tell you what the book is. I'm reading The Oath. I'm going to go get it, so 1 second. I'm reading The Oath. I'm probably actually not going to make a vlog about this except when I'm almost done with it. I'm reading The Oath, and as you can see, this is really thick. I don't think this is going to get finished in February, but I'm reading The Oath, and I'm not making a vlog about it, but I just want to talk about it real quick, and no, this is not a DNF. I'm veering on a different subject. This book is really long, so if you don't see, like, reading vlogs of me reading new books for, like, a few weeks, because you guys haven't shown that you love these reading vlogs, but I like to make them, so enjoying them. I'm shifting my content like this because I'm really enjoying making these reading vlogs. Then it's because this book is humongous. That's just an explanation if I don't make a few videos. Okay, I'm going to put that book over here because that's not what today's video's topic is about. But back to Brightly Burning. I put it down in favor to read The Oath, and that's why I'm not reading anymore, because we're reading The Oath now. And The Oath is like 550 pages. It's really long. And now this is our only book on this list that is a hard DNF, and I'm wondering if I should even mention it. But I am. I also don't physically have it with me, so I'm going to put a picture on the side of me. Is The Knights of the Cross. I made a video about it. I never posted the video. I'm sorry, but it just was way too heavily detailed. I think there are people out there who will enjoy the book, and I definitely think that the book has potential to be really something great, but way too much detail. Way too much detail for my liking, and so I was just like, the writing is not simplistic. It is heavily detailed. Heavily detailed. So I very much could not get through that, and sad to say, I did, for the parts I read of it, it had a good story, but it was just heavily detailed, and I can't read that. So that's my only hard DNF on this list. The rest of them are softs. Well, you've reached the end of today's video. That's a really weird way to segment into this last clip. I'm probably just actually gonna jump cut. Guys, you've reached the end of today's video. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up, big thumbs up, and subscribe, because we don't really have videos on a schedule. We have a podcast, but I've been taking a little break from it. But we are making videos like this, and we're just having fun around here. This channel is fun. I mean, as it's in the title, it's entertainment. So if you are not subscribed and you have been watching my last few videos, what are you doing? I mean, like, okay, if you're gonna watch my videos, you might as well subscribe, and you might as well hit the thumbs up, because I mean, like, we help each other out here. You like and subscribe, and I get a new subscriber, and then you can be a part of the family. Just come on. Help me out. And if you stay to the end of today's video, actually this side has less light, leave this emoji to tell me that you stayed to the end of the video. And that's all for now, guys. Bye, guys.